of the beasts of the field, and of the fish of the sea, and of all foods that are acceptable in my sight you may eat, but not in the living room. Of the cereal grains, of the corn, and of the wheat, and of the oats, and of all cereals that are of bright color and unknown provenance, you may eat, but not in the living room. Of the quiescently frozen dessert, and of all frozen after-meal treats, you may eat, but absolutely not in the living room. Indeed, or you reach the place where the living room carpet begins, of any food or drink therein, you may not eat, neither may you drink. But if you are sick and are lying down to watch something, then you may eat in the living room. As the third child in a string of 7, I know well many of the exasperations that parents feel when it comes to small children. And I know of none who can express these frustrations better than Ian Frazier. In his hilarious adoption of biblical language, Ian Frazier depicts a father laying down the law for his children in Lamentations of the Father by Ian Frazier. If you are seated in a high chair, or any chair such as a greater person might use, keep your legs and feet below you as they were, and do not raise up your knees, nor place your feet upon the table, for that is an abomination to me. Yes, even if you have an interesting bandage to show, your feet upon the table are an abomination, and worthy of rebuke. If you will dip your blocks in the milk, and lick it off, you will be sent away. And when you have drunk, let your cup remain upon the table as it were. And do not bite it upon its edge, and by your lips hold it to your mouth, that you might make noises in it sounding like a duck. For that is an abomination to me, and you surely shall be sent away. And when you chew your food, keep your mouth closed until you have swallowed. Do not open your mouth to show your brother or your sister what is within. I say to you, do not so, even if your brother or your sister has done the same to you. Eat your food only. Do not eat that which is not food. Neither seize the table between your jaws, nor use the raiment of the table to wipe your lips. I say to you, leave it as it is, and do not touch it. And when you sit just as I have told you. Do not lean to this side or the other, nor slide down until you are nearly slid away. Heed me, for if you sit like that, your hair shall go into the syrup. Oh, and behold, even as I have said, so it has come to pass. And though your stick of carrot does very much resemble a marker, draw not with it upon the table, even in pretend, for we do not do that, and that is why. And though your pieces of broccoli are very like small trees, do not stand them up to make a forest. So do not do that, and that is why. For we shall judge between the plate that is clean and the plate that is unclean, saying first that if the plate is clean, then you shall have dessert. But of the unclean plate, the laws are these. If you have eaten most of your meat, and enough of your peas to fill 2 bites, each bite consisting of not less than 3 peas each, or in total 6 peas, and enough of your potatoes to fill 2 forkfuls, both forkfuls eaten where I can see, then you shall have dessert. But if you eat a lesser number of the peas, and yet you eat the potatoes, still you shall not have dessert. And if you eat the peas, and yet leave the potatoes uneaten, you shall not have dessert. No, not even a small portion thereof. And if you try to deceive by moving the potatoes and the peas around, that it might appear that you have eaten what you have not, you shall fall into iniquity, and I shall know, and you shall have no dessert. And do not scream, for it is as if you scream all the time. If you receive a portion of food, on which 2 foods you do not wish to touch each other, are touching each other, and your voice raises up even to the heavens, and you point to the offense with the finger of your right hand, and yet I say to you, scream not, only remonstrate gently with the server, that the server may correct the fault. And if you receive a portion of fish, from which every piece of herbal seasoning has not been scraped off, and the herbal seasoning is loathsome to you, and steeped in vileness, yet I say to you, refrain from screaming. Though the vileness overwhelm you, and caused you to faint unto death. Make not that noise from within your throat, nor cover your face with your hands, nor place your fingers to your nose. And bite not, lest you be cast into quiet time. Nor drink of your own bathwater, nor of bathwater of any kind. Nor rub your feet upon bread, even if it be in the package. Nor rub yourself against cars, nor against any building, nor eat sand. What hath the cat done to you, that you should so afflict it with tape? Nor hum that humming noise in your nose as I read, nor stand between the light and the book. Indeed, you will drive me to madness. Nor forget what I said about the tape. Hear me then, and avoid me in my wrath, O children of